going to explain what is periodic table of elements and how it is used.
What is periodic table of elements?
Periodic table is also called the periodic table of elements. It's an organized arrangement of the 118 known chemical elements. It consists of 7 rows of periods across and 18 whole groups going down. Each element in a group has the same number of valence electrons and typically behave in a similar manner when bonded with other elements. This contains informative cells for each element arranged by increasing atomic number and chemical properties. Each element cell typically contains a lot of important information about that element, or the number of protons in an atom nucleus, which generally coincides with increasing atomic mass. Period shows the element electron shell that is being filled. Each period indicates the highest energy level the electrons of that element occupies at its ground state. For example, sodium Na in period 3. Group 1 has a electronic configuration of 281. Also, where chlorine is also in period 3, but in group 17 had a electronic configuration of 287. In both cases, it is the third shell that is being filled. Can you see a connection between the group and element is in the number of electrons in its outer shell? Note that if the group has 2 numbers, we take the second number. The group of an element is in gives the number of electrons in the outer shell of an atom of that element. Another example, electronic configuration for carbon. Atomic number 6, period 2, and group of 14. Electronic configuration is 2, 4. The chemical reactions are to do with movements of electrons, so as well as in particular groups have the same number of partial electrons, they have similar chemical reactions. So let's take a look at the trends across the periods. Periodicity is the trend of properties across each period. Let's go from left to right across a period. What do you notice? First of all, element changes from metals to non-metals. Also note that there is decrease in atomic radius. This is because more protons are in the nucleus which pull the electrons closer in. There is an increase in first ionization energy, which is energy needed to remove the outermost electron, and increase the electronegativity, which means the attraction of a bonded atom where the pair of electrons is covalent bond. Now let's take a look at the trends as we go down a group. Notice the elements become more metallic. This is clearly seen in group 14, where carbon period 2 is non-metal but Lead in period 6 is a metal. By the way, do you remember that metals are elements that react losing electrons, and non-metals are elements reacting by gaining electrons? Also, going down the group that there is an increase in atomic radius. This means that extra shell of electrons is added for each successive element. However, there is a decrease in first ionization energy, which, as noted before, is the energy needed to remove the item lost electron. There are 3 groups of periodic table that are usually studied. Group 1, the alkali metals, Group 17 called the halogens, and Group 18 called noble gases. As we go down Group 1, the metal become more reactive. This is because metals react by losing electrons, and it's easier to lose the outer shell electrons. Further is from positive nucleus as we go down. Group 17, the non-metals become less reactive. Because non-metal reacts by gaining electrons and fewer shell the greater reaction for the incoming electrons. In group 18, elements have full outer shell of electrons and so are very unreactive. Their densities and boiling points increase on going down the group. Element symbols are abbreviations of elements' name. The modern periodic table is organized in order of increasing atomic number. The atomic number is how many protons an atom of that element contains. The number of protons is deciding factor when distinguishing one element from another. Variation in the number of electrons or neutrons does not change the type of element. Changing of electrons produce ions while changing the number of neutrons produce isotopes. Let's identify where is the atomic number and the atomic mass of this element. For example, you may see like this in periodic tables. So, to identify the smaller of two number is the atomic number, which is also equal to number of protons. The larger of the two number is known as average atomic mass. In order to calculate the number of protons, neutrons, and electrons, so let's start with the number of protons. Is always equal to atomic number. The number of neutrons difference the mass number and atomic number. The number of electrons is equal to atomic number minus the charge of the species.